Certainly, it's an exciting first day here for Mobile World Congress. It's a real pleasure for me to have a chance to be here with you today. So thank you very, very much for your time. The phones and how the consumer will react to these devices. So it's our pleasure to have a chance today to share with you the next generation of Windows phones, the Windows Phone 7 series. And I'll come back and talk about it in a minute, but for now, we want you to have a chance to take a look and see what you think. So please welcome Joe Belfiore, who's going to have a chance to show you some of our products.
Good afternoon. My name is Joe Belfiore, and I'm the VP in charge of the program management and design for the next generation of Windows phones. I've actually been at Microsoft about 20 years, and I'm super excited about today. In my career at Microsoft, I focused on user experience and design. I had the opportunity to lead the UI design for Windows XP. I managed the team that did Windows 95 UI design. I worked on Zune and Media Center, but for me, today's got to be the biggest day of my career to unveil for you the new experience around Windows phones. And I want to just give you a little bit of context, a tiny bit, and then we're going to actually jump right in and show you the product. When I came over to the team, which was about a year and a half ago, the group was thinking about all the things that were happening in the industry and where Microsoft was, and really noticing that it was an opportunity to change. We looked at the trends in smartphones. We saw that phones were getting more and more connected, and that there was more and more power and capability out on the web with web services. We saw that developers were piling in and doing more and more applications. And all of this coming together created great opportunity for users, but also some complexity. We didn't see the UIs of phones updating to keep up with all the changes in infrastructure and capability. And from our perspective, and sort of particularly from mine, we kind of felt like the phones, they looked like PCs. Now don't get me wrong, I love the PC, but a phone's just not a PC. It's a smaller, more intimate device. And what we wanted to do, as we looked at all these other phones, which in our opinion, they started to kind of look the same, we wanted to go back and revisit how we thought about that design and come up with a user experience that's new and different. And as we looked at those phones, we wanted to move beyond that metaphor that has worked so well on the PC to a metaphor and a design that's a little bit different. So we sat back and asked ourselves a couple of questions. We said, how can we build a phone that focuses on the end user and the things that matter most to them, the individual, and those custom things about you that make the phone reflect your unique personality and needs? And then second, with this explosion of functionality and applications and web services, could we bring that together in a way that helps the user see that power and capability in a way that's more organized, task-centric, with destinations for the most common things you want to do? So that's what we said to ourselves. And with that context, what I'm going to actually do is step aside and just let you see the new user experience for 7 Series phones. So here we go. We're going to jump right over and take a look. like to think that what we're doing is building and delivering a different kind of phone that's modern and takes advantage of people's complex lives and their personalities to deliver something that's unique and individual. And we think about two parts to this. And I'm going to go and show you the real code, and I'm going to show you some more videos and give you some depth around how this works. And the two parts are, first, we want a smart design that puts the user at the center of their experience and moves beyond the phone as a PC-like item, that moves beyond separate applications and brings together some of the key things that are most important to people. And then second, we wanted to design integrated experiences which become destinations for your most common tasks. Things like pictures and music and video and productivity, so that users have one simple place to go and access their web services, access the functionality in their applications, access the data on their phones. Those are the fundamental ideas behind this new user experience. What I'm actually going to do is go through these and then show you some more demos. The first idea, smart design. We break that down into a few components. The first is, we wanted to really get into depth in thinking about the user experience all the way from the hardware to the software on the device to the service on the back end. We've tried to make hardware and software that work in unison the way people want. So for example, every Windows Phone 7 series device will have 3 buttons on the front. Start, which gives you quick access to those live tiles you saw, glanceable information, and ways to find out things that are most important to you. Search, because the phone in your pocket is the way you're going to find phone numbers and locations of restaurants and all kinds of great things out there in the real world. And back, because as you navigate from one experience to another, you want a simple, intuitive way that's consistent with your experience on other devices to go back to where you came from. Hardware and software that work the way you want. Further, all of these devices will be capacitive touch enabled with big, beautiful screens that let people really get the most out of their experience on the device. Second, we wanted the software experience to sort of fundamentally focus on what's most important to each individual user. We want the device to know the people that you care about, to be deeply personal and be relevant to your daily life. It should dynamically change to address where you are physically and what's happening with your friends and the people you care most about. And last, we wanted this experience to be delightful and fun. A phone is an intimate piece of hardware that you carry with you, and you don't just use it for functionality as a work tool and as a home tool. It's an expression of your personality and who you are. It should be delightful and engaging, and it should make people smile when they use it. So that's our idea behind smart design. What I'm actually going to do is show you a real live demo of a real live device. So what I have here is prototype hardware, and I'm going to hold this up so you can sort of see a camera shot. In the hardware, down at the bottom, you see there's start, search, and back. And what I'm going to do, on that screen over there, it's going back to sleep, on that screen over there, we're projecting the video output from this phone. You see that white dot? That's my finger and where I'm touching it. I'm going to slide up the lock screen, and here we are looking at start. So what you're seeing over there is exactly what I've got